Hi, Monica. Hi, Ram.
Hi, Veena. Good evening.
Hi.
Good evening, guys. Okay, let's wait for 2 minutes. Then we'll start.
Okay. So, Veena, today we will be covering the materialized views and indexes, or just the materialized views?
Only materialized.
Okay.
I don't want to combine together actually. Okay. So I need a full class for indexes. I need full class for materialized. Even we complete early also, fine. I want to cover one topic today.
Okay.
Hey, Pooja. And there is a DB links also. You guys aware of it or not? I don't know. But DB links, I will tell you the purpose later, not now. But while talking about advanced topics, we'll get into that one actually.
Okay.
DB links. Okay. First, we'll cover PL SQL. Then we'll cover other hints and DB links, where we will use DB links and all those things. I'll let you know.
So, will you be explaining like how to create the DB links?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
But not now. At the end of the course, actually.
Complete course. Yes.
Last, I'll cover it. Currently, whatever we require for PL SQL, that is what I'm covering right now. Right?
Okay.
We need joins. We need main select queries, insert queries we required, update queries required, delete sometimes delete required. Okay. These are the things I'm covering right now. So at the end of the course, we'll cover other additional topics, DB links, and hints. Okay.
Sure.
Those things we'll cover. Hi, Rajesh. Okay, let's start. So, DB links, sorry, not DB links, materialized views. So there is a bold name for this materialized views earlier actually. Okay, it's same as views, but not but functional. I mean, functionally work differently. Both will work differently. Okay. When you create views in database, the select query only will store in the database, will not have data snapshot. Okay. So earlier old versions, right? They called as snapshots, data snapshots. This is the metallized view old name actually. Okay. Ashish. Okay. So here materialized views, right? When you create materialized view, the select query, attached select query will fetch the data and store into the database actually. Okay. Clear, guys? So materialized views will store the data that the select query, right? Select query, whatever we are attaching the select query, it holds the data in the database directly. When you execute the query on a materialized view, it will fetch the data very fast actually, because it's not going to database and get the data from the base tables actually. Okay. So what will happen? It will store the data in the materialized view. What are the snapshot for the timesheet? For example, I created a materialized view right now, and then I gave my refresh methods, right? Refresh method maybe I have multiple refresh methods: fast, complete, and force. These three methods we have actually. Ideally, we'll use force and complete, right? Force and complete. And while creating the materialized view, we can refresh immediately, or we can defer it. That means we can create materialized view and refresh. We can hold for refresh actually. We will not refresh right now, and then maybe a certain point of time, right? We'll schedule that and then manually refresh that one actually later. Okay, that is the one. That is. Those are the things having in materialized view. And creation also, it will be differ than other objects actually. Okay, so let me share my screen. We'll create materialized how it is looks. Okay, so actually while creating materialized views, it's not create or replace. Okay, syntax is create materialized view. Okay, materialized view.
I can see your screen, Venu.
Not able to see.
Yeah.
Let me share again. Let me know if you're able to see.
Yes, I guess.
You're able to see? Okay.
Yeah.
The syntax is create materialized view. This is the keyword, complete keyword. Okay. But there is a space in between that word and word by word. Okay. And here, materialized view name. And give just materialized view name only. This is just the syntax I'm giving you. Okay. And we have to write build method. Build method. Which method it is? Either immediate, or deferred. Okay, the immediate or deferred. And refresh methods. What are the refresh methods? Refresh methods, any refresh method you can choose it. Fast or complete or force. These are the three methods to refresh the data. Okay. And on commit transaction automatic refresh, that is one possibility, or on demand. Okay, which method you want to refresh it, that's the meaning. Okay, on commit transaction, on commit refresh is what will happen when you commit the transaction in a table, base table, automatically we materially will refresh and then show the data. Okay, that is one thing. And if you create on demand, this is manual process. I mean, you can schedule it. Okay, every 15 minutes we have to refresh. Every 20 minutes we have to refresh. Every 1 hour we have to refresh. We schedule the job on this one, and then we'll include this one in materialized views actually. Okay. As then there is another option actually, query rewrite also. Enable or disable. Enable or disable query rewrite. Query rewrite option. Rewrite. Okay. These are the methodologies. Maybe you don't need to, this is optional. This is optional one, you don't need to write. And these are all build methods, and you have to choose one, at least one, right? So now we'll go and create an employee table, materialized view. Each method will do that. Okay. Now create or replace. Okay. No, not replace. Sorry. It's create only. Materialized view build. First I am creating deferred option. Okay. First I am creating deferred option. Okay. Build deferred. Here I need to mention the name, right? MV underscore EMP underscore MV. Okay. Materialized view 1. This is the materialized view, and I'm creating build deferred and refresh methods. Refresh methods is I'm giving fast for now. Okay. And then on demand. Otherwise I'm giving first I will give on demand. Okay. On demand as, and last one I'm ignoring right now. Select start from employee. Okay, just I'm giving creating like this. So what it's saying, there is error when you're using fast refresh. The log should be there. Material log should be there. Okay. What it will say? Complete refresh. See here, complete it is saying MV created, but fast refresh we need a log, material log actually. That's the reason we need to create before that. When you are running the fast refresh, you have to create material log actually, log before that. Okay, that is syntax is very simple. Create materialized view log, materialized view log on EMP. Okay. Now I created my materialized view log, right? Now I can create another materialized view with fast refresh. I'm giving the name as 1. Okay. Now I created materialized view. So we have 2 materialized views now, right? I created log file, materialized log, and then I may, sorry. Oh my God. Again, I created the complete one. Drop. I dropped it, and then I'm recreating with the deferred and complete. It's not complete. It should be fast. Okay. Earlier we got error, right? Now we are able to create the materialized view. Clear? And now see here, I created materialized views, both the materialized views. Can I see the data here or not?
Yes.
Can I see the data?
Yes.
No.
No.
Because we didn't refresh the data. We didn't refresh so far actually. Deferred means that will not refresh immediately. I mean, while creating, we will not have data in that one actually. Just create a template. That's all we'll do. Okay. And MV1 also, even MV1 also will not have any data because we didn't have, we didn't refresh it because the build method is deferred actually. That means just template created. Okay. Now difference between deferred and immediate. Let's see now. I'm creating MV2. So for your reference, I am giving immediate something, okay? Immediate, okay? What is this? Spelling wrong or what?
IMMEDIAT.
Immediate, okay? So I'm creating MV2 immediate, okay? This is immediate complete refresh. I'm giving first time will create complete refresh and see complete reference and fast reference is what will happen here, right? Complete reference is it will truncate the data, it will truncate the methodology view and then recreate the data again, always, right? But fast is the snapshot. So for example, we have 10 records now, and then after that we have inserted 4 records. Those 4 records only will fetch from the log actually. Okay, those 4 records only refresh here. Okay, guys, don't get confused here. Okay, simple. So fast refresh is only on snapshot will append. It will append the material view always. But complete refresh will truncate and recreate the data again. That means, for example, 100 records we are having in that employee material view. When you use complete, it will completely remove the data from the material view and again full load the data. Okay, that will happen internally. Okay.
Same data?
Sorry.
Same data?
Same data. For example, last snapshot we have 100 records. Now we may have 150 records, right? So in fast refresh, only those 50 records will push into the material view. In complete refresh, it will truncate material view and then reload 150 data again.
So you mean to say like complete, if we have a 100 data over there, the complete, if you use the complete, so they're gonna, I mean, it's gonna truncate that 100 record and it's gonna add 150 records.
Yes, the new snapshot, what are the new chapter? Likely recreate, completely recreate. That means.
Got it.
Got it?
Yes.
Now see here. Now this is the one, right? So now on demand. So I'm talking about on demand. That we will talk later. That we will talk. First we'll see here data. First I'm creating MV2 material view, right? See what is the difference between above one and down one. We'll see here. Now I created the material view. This is the material view, right? Now I want to see the data. So what are you expecting here? We have data. That means when you create build method is immediate. When you are creating itself, it will push the data into the material view directly, right? In top two above two methods, we don't have data in that one. These material views. See these two material views. First two material views, we don't have any data, right? We need to refresh it separately. Then only it will be data will be there. Okay. Clear, guys? See, we don't have any data here, and as well as MV2 also, MV1 also, we don't have any data here. See here, but in third one is we have data, right? Now, so this is a fast refresh, right? And I'm talking, I want to show you, okay, on demand. And immediately to this is on commit. On commit. Just I'm giving immediate. This is 2. I'm giving this is 2. I created now my materialized view. Okay, it is refreshed now. Okay, so we have 15 records here. See here, we have 15 records here. Okay, now I am inserting another record. Okay, see the differences above materialized views and see here. Now you have to see the differences. This one and this one. So we have 15 records in this one, as well as same as 15 records we have in this one actually. But refresh method is on commit, complete on commit. Okay, complete on commit this one, but this is complete on demand. Okay, so what will happen? We'll insert the data. See here, insert into EMP number, comma, e-name, comma, sal, comma, sal, comma, air date, comma, DEPT number. Okay, these are the values I have, and I want to insert values. Employee numbers I'm giving, I'm 999, and then I'm giving, okay, name I'm giving here, and salary 7,000, and hire date is I'm giving a sys date, current date. I'm giving current date, and commission, I'm not going to give any commission here. Department number 20. Now I committed to the records, right? See here, how many records we're expecting here? So now we have how many records we are having employee table?
2 records.
No,
17
overall
records.
15 plus 2. 15 plus 2.
17 records.
17
17.
records. These two are new records, right? Last 2 records are new records I created now. Okay.
Yeah,
Now see here, employee immediate. How many records we are having here?
15 records.
15 records. And second one, how many records we have here?
17.
7.
That means on commit. On commit means when you commit the transaction on base table record, automatically it will refresh it. Materialize view refresh. Okay. And top one is on demand. You have to manually refresh that one. Clear, guys? Don't get confused here. On commit, on demand. These two comments you have, these two options you have to understand what is the difference between these two. Clear? And now another option is there. Force option is there. Force option, when we don't have logs, right? And materialize view logs in this materialize log table, then automatically it will go. Usually it will fail. Fast refresh will fail, right? Guys.
Yes.
Silence is so dangerous, guys. Please speak out. Okay. So what I am saying, we have 3 methods. I told you refresh methods are 3, right? Fast refresh, complete refresh, and force refresh. The third one is what will happen when force refresh fails. Sorry, fast refresh fails. By default, it will go to complete refresh. Clear? When it will fail, that question comes to here, right? So materialize view log table not present here, right? For example, log, I don't have log, okay? When we don't have a log, automatically when you refresh that one, even you mentioned fast refresh also, it will go to complete refresh by default. By default, it will go to fast refresh. When you are not finding logs, automatically it will go to complete refresh. That will happen. Either this one or that one, but refresh will not fail. Clear?
Yes.
Clear, guys?
Yes.
Just understand the concept and then practice it. You may have, you may get doubts. Then we'll discuss. Not a problem. Okay. Now, you understand, you know how to, and what is the difference between on commit and on demand, right?
Yes.
So this is the methodology to create materialized view. Now we need to talk about refresh methods, right? Refresh methods, we talk about it, and then we created the materialized view. Okay. And then we need to refresh them actually. By default, we need to refresh them, right?
Mhm.
For that one, you need to write PL SQL block actually. How to refresh that one? To refresh that one, we need to write PL SQL block for that. How to refresh an method is we can, while discussing about PL SQL, I can tell you this one. Okay.
Mhm.
And we can, and now write performance wise, right? Performance thing also, you can see performance wise also. While getting the data from table, it may take time actually, because the call cost is more, because it will go to database and then get that data into SQL area, and it will check that optimizers and all those things, right? What is the cost and all those things will calculate. A lot of things will happen in between that. But materialized view, data snapshot, that is snapshot, right? Immediately we'll get data very fast. Compared to table, it is very fast. Okay.
Can you come again, the last one?
This is the performance wise, data performance wise, materialized view faster than table fetching data.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, selecting the data from table, it may take a little while sometimes when we have huge data. But materialized view, data will come very fast actually, because the snapshot already ready-made data is there already, right? Just simply push the data on the screen. That's all. Right?
So in our work environment, what kind of MView is there often, like on committed or on demand?
What is that?
Like in our working environment, real time scenario. So what kind of MView?
Any
Like
method can work. Any method can work. That's based on requirement. We'll work on that actually. There's no
okay.
standard. Sometimes we may need to uncommit. Sometimes we may need to use on demand actually.
So it's all depend on the requirement.
Yes. So when if you want to see the live data, then you have to give on commit transaction. So we have some delay. For example, some of the projects, what will happen, right? Data will create on some other database, but you have to use the data in some other data, you have to use the data in some other application, right? Maybe the application is using some other database. In between that, there is a layer between that, right? There is a layer, two databases, and original database is different. And we have to get the data into one other platform, and from there application has to use. Sometimes it may possible, right? That time we'll create DB links in between that data to these two databases, right? Get the data from the original database to snapshot database. Here we'll create materialized views. These materialized views delay by day, or 15 minutes, or 20 minutes, or based on their standard time, right? They will put some timings actually, 8 hours or 24 hours time, right? They will give when they give time slot. Based on that, it will refresh the materialized view actually. There is a delay. Live transaction we cannot show, we will not show in application actually. Maybe yesterday's data will show in tomorrow. For example, which cases I'll tell you here. For example, like 401k records, right?
Right.
Ideally, transaction will happen today, but we can see the data. End user can see the data by tomorrow, not today, right? Because they have their own jobs in between that, in day to day, at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock midnight, right? After the job only you can see the data. And one more thing, our bank transactions, right? Bank transaction, direct deposit will happen after 12 o'clock in the night actually. But you cannot see sometimes. Ideally, the transaction already created in the bank, but that will be reflected by next day only. Got it? Some banks will refresh at 12 o'clock. Some banks will refresh at 1 o'clock, like that. There is a difference between one and bank to bank. this type of delay is there, right? That delay will happen through delay will sync between delay will sync by jobs only, night jobs, right, guys?
Yeah, we understood.
Yeah.
Clear? Now, till now, any questions? And from starting onwards,
I have one question, Venu.
go ahead, please.
Yeah. So in materialized view, you mentioned like a refresh complete is nothing but it will delete everything, like it truncate everything and
Recreate.
recreate everything, right? So fast, suppose if there are like 100 records were created and next day like 50 records are added, only those 50 records will be added.
Right.
So total 150 records will be there, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Then what about force?
Force is, that's what I'm saying, right? Force is when it is not, refresh is not finding the logs in materialized view logs, right? I created a materialized view log in between that employee table, right?
Yes.
When you are not finding logs for that, actually, that automatically will go to complete refresh. Actually, usually will not happen. Sometimes some issue, due to some issue, logs will not record in the logs table. That time we'll go to complete refresh by default. Otherwise, what will happen, right? Fast refresh, when logs not find, automatically refresh will fail. Got it?
Okay.
But even if you create a force view, force materialized view, even it is by default it will go to fast refresh actually. Okay, when it is not finding the logs for that, automatically go to complete refresh.
Okay, but before, when you're creating the like first time when you try to create with the fast refresh, you got a log error, right?
Log error, because I didn't create that materialized log initially.
Okay, then at that time it doesn't go to complete, or after.
No. You are mistaken here, right? While creating materialized view, if you don't have log for that, you cannot create fast refresh, fast materialized view actually, first of all.
Okay.
Okay. Why I'm creating force view is, force materialized view is, this is a refresh method should not fail at any cost. Okay.
Okay.
You understand, right?
Yes. Yeah.
The based on requirement, even some cases even fails also, we can refresh it later, one case. Okay. Sometimes they will create always, they will, for example, small tables, right? By default, they will refresh it completely, because complete data will wipe out and then will recreate it. That is one way. And huge databases will be there. Huge data will be the daily basis, right? Sometimes.
Yes.
What will happen? By default, they will create a force refreshes actually. Force refresh, and that means that anyway, at any cost, customer has to see the data. Okay, tomorrow, if refresh not happens, right? Tomorrow you cannot see the data, the transaction. For example, direct deposit happened today, you are not able to see tomorrow. Then what you will do? You will call to you'll call to bank, right? Directly you will call to bank. Yesterday that should be happen, but I didn't see the money here, right? That should not happen if you create force view.
Okay. So in place of like the syntax will be refresh force, right?
Force, correct.
Okay.
Refresh force. Based on requirement is on commit or on demand. Usually on demand will be there, because they will run night jobs actually, right? Because on commit, right? If on commit by default something I updated I updated wrongly something, okay, and then committed, customer can see immediately that effect, right? For example, instead of 10,000, I updated only 1,000, right? So customer can see immediately that amount. Then customer will call to bank, and then a lot of nonsense in between that, right? Some of the bank transactions are talking about, right? So that's the reason night jobs will run every day night, right? Night jobs will run to refresh, to sync between this one, original, live transaction and other databases actually.
And that belongs to on demand, right?
Yeah, that's syncs will happen directly. Now we have golden gates, and our golden gate come into picture. We can see live data, or else we can refresh on time. When you change some data. Like some people can say on live. I mean, immediately, like I want to see that there is no lag between that this database and other database. There is a golden gate between that. Actually. Okay.
Venu, can you please show me one example with the build deferred, refresh complete on?
I already shown, right? The first one is I created deferred only. Build method deferred.
But on commit, can you do it on commit instead of on demand?
Yeah. Sorry.
Can you please do it on commit in case of on demand?
Yeah. Oh, that last method
yes.
I didn't show, right? Yeah, I got it. What are you expecting here?
I think there is down there on commit.
Sorry?
The on commit is down there.
But that is with immediate.
Oh, okay, immediate. Okay. Oh, build type immediate. Perfect.
The deferred, fast, and commit. I'm giving on commit actually. Okay. What are you expecting, guys, here? What are you guys expecting?
Can you show us
We can see the
syntax
data or
again?
not? We can see the data or not?
Can we see a syntax again at the top? You just wrote it down. That one.
This is the one.
Okay. No, I guess. No, we can't see the data.
We can't see data.
Yeah, because it's default.
Correct.
So how do we refresh this data then?
That's what I'm saying, right? There is a PL SQL block we have to create and PL SQL block, and then we have to refresh it.
Okay.
There is a PL SQL jobs. PL SQL packages will be there in between that actually.
Okay. So in this case, then on commit doesn't work, right?
No, deferred on commit will not work. Okay.
Yes.
But only fast. Only immediate. Only it will refresh actually automatically. Deferred completely. You have to refresh it.
Even after adding the data, then we have to refresh it, right?
Yes.
Then there is no difference between demand and on commit for deferred.
Deferred. Just I want to see the one more case actually. Wait. So what will happen? We'll see here. Even I didn't try actually, but I will try it right now.
Force.
We'll see how it.
That's actually on demand, Venu. So anyhow, we need to refresh it.
You have to be uncommit, right?
Yeah.
Uncommit.
You did not run that create a materialized view.
Oh.
Yeah. We should drop, I guess.
I already created, man.
No, it is already created with on demand, not with on commit.
Oh, okay.
Just change the name.
So on commit or on demand, no matter whatever it is, default will not refresh.
Okay.
Okay, this is for just purpose. We'll create structure and then we'll wait for that. That's all. Until you refresh that materialized view, you will not get any data from that materialized view actually. Only immediate will create. It will work or on demand or commit. Okay.
Okay, so when one question like if there is already a MView table, so as a
Sorry?
developer, if there is already a MView table like a metallized view table, so as a
Materialized view.
yeah, if there is already a table, I mean like a MView table, like metallized view table, right? So as a developer, we cannot make any changes over there, right?
Okay.
So
So
we
I'm
cannot,
not understand. Developer, you cannot change anything because
right?
some
Yeah.
projects they may give access to create materialized views. Some projects we may not have access actually. Always DBS will create.
Yeah, so this is the main
But we can prefer
DBS
that we
job.
can prefer that for performance kind of thing. We can refer it actually. You can what you can say. You can you can tell them to create materialized views actually, but you have to provide the scripts by default.
Okay, all right, got it.
Got it?
Yes.
But even materialized views will not use regularly.
We can also alter the material views, right? Materialized view, right? Vinu?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we can modify that build options and refresh methods. We can modify. Okay. Any questions?
No.
So everyone, I mean, did anyone have any issues in joins?
No, so far.
Okay. So here you understand how to create material view, how to create material view log also, log array, right? We created material view log also here. Just practice it, guys. Okay. This is the syntax for that. This is the syntax for materialized views. And materialized view log is just create materialized view log on the particular table. Okay. Clear?
So what's the reason from creating the log? Does it have like a
That is for
other,
fast refresh. Fast refresh.
okay.
So every time when you create a transaction, right? Automatically there is a log will be created in that one actually.
Okay.
For that log will use while refreshing that materialized view.
Got it. Okay.
All right.
Where do? Okay, go ahead, Abdullah.
Yes, materialized views, like you can use them on multiple tables at the same time.
We can join and then we can load the data.
Okay.
Same as view, we can create materialized views also. Actually, we can join multiple tables and then we can see the data. Yeah. The
And
base table can be, see, let me try to give something.
So here we are creating MView table with joins.
See here, why it is saying is a row ID, or we cannot use it this one actually. Unique constraint on join is okay. Unique constraint either inner table, outer table did not have unique constraints. Which table didn't have any constraint?
Actually, we just created 2 insert columns, right? So those fields might not be there in another.
Sorry, what is that? Ram?
Can you run the query? Just the query. Select EMP number, ename.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Not that one actually. There is some issue with this one actually. Fast refresh, maybe some limitations actually. We need to see that, but I will tell you, not a problem. Complete, it is working fine. Complete, we have issue. We don't have issue. For fast, we have to follow something actually for that one. So see here, what is it saying? What is saying here? Specify the force or complete refresh. If the error got during the creation, the metallurgy view definitely may have changed. Okay. Refer the documentation, something will. Okay. This is the action for this one. See, when you get some error, right, you can see that the cause and the error also here, action also here will be there.
That
Okay,
action
but
means
why it is getting error? Just I'll analyze something and I'll let you know. Okay.
so that
I never
action
tried.
means
That's what I'm trying to say.
that action means kind of solution of that error.
Kind of solution, yeah. If you understand the and understand the language, you can easily grab that one actually. Even you can Google it and then find it out the solution easily. That's not a big deal.
And above that query that we create MView table with the multiple, I mean 2 tables, right?
Right. I created now.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. And maybe 1 second. Let me try for this one. Create material. Something is missing here. That's all. There are nothing. I think something I have to see. I mean, a row ID is something we have to use here. I have to see that one. I'll let you know tomorrow somehow when I get time. Okay. And only thing pending, a refresh method. Refresh. I mean, a refresh. How to refresh that one? That's what I want to show you. Okay. So if I explain right now, maybe you may forget that one. Maybe you cannot understand the thing is here actually. So that first I'll go for basics of PL SQL. Then we will come into this part and then how to refresh and all those things. Okay. Okay. I think any questions?
Are you going to cover indexes over here or PL SQL?
We'll cover. Not today.
I mean, okay. And
I want to start fresh one actually. Simple. Even small concept is small. You have to understand it's all like that.
And then what about the cursor, package, and storage?
Cursors and all those things will come into PL SQL, not in SQL.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah,
once we start PL SQL, we'll have cursors, packages, procedures, functions, everything will come into PL SQL blocks.
Perfect.
Okay. So what else? If you don't have any questions, we'll stop here today.
Yeah, I'm good from my side.
Just practice this, you can understand easily. Okay. And if you have any questions, just text me, or when we join the call, right, first 10 minutes or last 10 minutes, you guys can ask the questions.
Venu, quick suggestion. Can you tell us, like, is there any website or like a place there we can go and practice, because we don't have that much tables, and like I'm spending my time.
Hey, one thing here, right? One thing here. So if you want more tables and all those things, any site will have only limited tables actually. Okay, that is not right. You have to create your own tables actually. Try to create, for example, there is a site called Kaggle database. I think Kaggle something is there actually. Kaggle, KGGLE something. Kaggle is there actually. If you go there, we have n number of databases over there actually. Okay, take one database and analyze how many tables you want. You can create it. You will get data directly. You'll get data. Okay, based on data, Excel's right. Excel's always will have column names on top of that, right? For example, consider as customer table, customer table, right? Customer table, what we'll have, try to think about it. Don't go for blindly. Don't go blindly and then create something actually. Get that fields and all those things from somewhere else and then try to create it. Don't do that actually. Try to think about it. Customer, if you consider customer, what we'll have for customer actually, customer ID will be there. Okay. The next question, customer ID, what data type I have to use? You have to think about it, right? So ideally number will be there or alphanumeric will be there. For example, let me show you guys. Okay, so customer, tell me what will have customer ID. Customer ID, you can give whatever you want, customer ID. Okay, and what will have again, customer name. Customer name, we can give short name here, and customer phone number, phone number, and customer city, address, right? Address will require, right? Address, what will have again, separate will be there. Customer city, customer state, right? Customer state and customer country. County or county. County is there. Here county is here, and country is here. Okay, these are all data will be there, right? Now we are talking about, so customer ID. You can give number if data is if data is if data like, okay, 1, 2, 3 like this, 3, etc. And some people write customer ID will have alphanumeric, right? So if you go to banks, right, banks, we can create our own customer IDs, right? Then if it go to, for example, user can create anything, right? For example, something I'm giving ABCD 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. This kind of thing, when it comes to this one, we'll give always varchar 2. Okay. And if it is 1, 2, 3, if you are thinking 1, 2, 3 number data type, and make sure if you give one number, you have to enter numbers only always. Okay. Customer name is always a text field, so that you can give for varchar 2. Length, how much you want to give. Okay. First, understand the limitations. Varchar 2 is always 4,000 characters with allow. Char, if you go with char, it allows 2,000 characters. And again, phone number will have numbers only, right? You can go with again the number field here. Analyze like this. If you understand this one, you can create any table, you can insert any data. Guys understand?
Yes.
Okay, try to understand this one. Country, always text will be there. County name, always the text will be there. And state, always the text will be there. And state have codes also will be there. Maybe you can use that one. try to create, think about it, and then you can understand order table. What order? Consider order. Order is an entity. Okay. Then order will have order ID. Okay. Order ID and order time, order date, and all those things. A lot of things will be there. What is the product? Product ID. When you go to product table, product ID, product name. Okay. If you want to give model number, model, we can give model again. A lot of things you can enter one and each other actually. Okay. Think about that way. So I don't know you guys understand entity relationship model. At least ER diagrams. If you guys while studying, right, maybe you can maybe you can see ER diagrams. How many of you know? I don't know actually ER diagrams. That's okay. Don't want to go into deep actually. Try to understand this way. Try to create this way. And there is a site. You can see the data also. And inside that you will find the code and data you need to the data science to work. So you can see number of databases here. You can get the data. Database means data sets actually. For example, games data set, sports kind of thing, customer kind of thing, product, these kind of things. A lot of things you'll get it here. Okay, Kaggle.com. Okay. And mainly when we will go to Kaggle.com, right? Once you understand that complete the database, what is the data relationship between one and each other, then you can go to a large number of data, huge number of huge data, right? When we are working with huge data, then you'll go for Kaggle databases and try to load them into tables. And moreover, we no need to write insert statements for the millions record. You cannot write that one, right? You cannot write that way, right? Directly you can upload Excel files directly into the tables. That is also possible. And you can write SQL loader concept is there. That is also will load the data from external files to here. A lot of things here to understand data perspective, right? Maybe you may not understand right now, but I will tell you after completion of this one complete course, right? So where we can, how to load the data into tables and SQL developer, direct SQL developer. Okay. I'll create an empty table and then load the data from Excel or flat file. Okay. That I'll show you guys. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Theoretically, I don't want to go much inside actually. That's just you guys understand the concept only. I don't want to go in theoretically. Just understand the concept and explore more on that. That's all I want. Okay.
Okay.
Venu? Yeah.
Please.
Is it possible for you to go to more in depth in pseudo columns, like hierarchical query pseudo columns connect by easily?
Yes. While writing that exactly when we required and all this, we'll write in hierarchical model, connect by and level and connect by.
Yeah,
okay?
sure. Yeah.
We'll work on that. Don't worry. Level and connect by will work on that, and some more analytical functions were there actually. Cube and all those things introduce a lot actually. So maybe we can see them. That is the extension for group by class actually. Okay. So ideally, we usually group by usually we always will use column by comma, all those things, right? In group by itself, we can use cube and then set of columns we can mention in one set of columns in that one directly. So some things there, some new topics were there. We need to talk about them, but we'll talk in advanced session. Okay.
Okay.
So what else? Any questions? I think everyone is good in joins, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, almost clear. So one more
Joins are most important, guys, actually. Okay, because we have to
yeah.
get data from multiple tables, so that you have to join more and more tables, and then you have to get proper data and all those things. Even if you miss one join, that will cost you more. Understand?
So one more quick question. That might be the silly one, but I would like to be clear. So like, let's say I need to find a column name, let's say contract ID from the table, right? But I don't know that, I'm like, I don't know the table name, but I know the column name, attribute name, contract ID. So I have to find that column from table. So is there any syntax that if we
We can
don't
find
know
it.
that
We can find it. See,
okay.
syntax is same. Select statement, same select statement, right? For example, I know employee number, but I don't know the table name actually. This is the logic. Okay. So now there is a data dictionary, some predefined tables were there in database directly. Okay. Usually it can be accessible all underscore tab underscore columns or call underscore column, something is there. Tab underscore columns actually here. See here. This is the table. You'll have all the columns in the table. All the tables and columns will be here. Table names and columns will be here.
Okay.
And you don't know what is that, how many columns we are having here. For example, this is a huge number of columns, right? There is huge number of around 123K. Okay. You know the schema. Schema is owner. Schema is nothing but owner. But we are in start schema. Okay.
Okay.
We know our owner of the table, but we don't know the table name, right? Just simply you can write query where owner equal to first owner, filter by owner first. Okay. Scott. Okay. Scott is the owner name, so that I am filtering by owner now. Now, how many records we are having here?
Less than
just
that.
one.
Okay.
Out of 127, 123K, just we found only 117 columns actually.
Right.
So, and see here, these are all our table names, right? Ideally, MVUs, these are MVUs actually. MVUs also act as a table only here.
Right.
In this method. So these are the tables actually. See here. Employee 2, employee 3, we have here. Right? Now, what is the column you know, right? Just you have to mention and filter by column again. Column name. This is the column, third column. See the third column here. See the third column, column name, column head is column name. Column name equal to e name. I want e name, right? Just I want to see the e name actually. Now we can find it. How many tables we are having e name column? You can see here.
Perfect.
Now you can understand which table we have, which table you need exactly.
Got it.
Right? The filter is only 14 tables, right? You know, is all middle MV. MVs usually in organization level, people always will create by something reference actually, MV kind of thing. These kind of things will do that usually. Okay. So you can understand easily which is the table, which is not the table. Okay.
Yes.
And even you want more filter here, just you go here and then here table name, column name, underscore name, and then you join the table with there is object and join. Okay. Join all underscore objects. Okay, there is object. Okay, now this object name will match with the table name actually. Understand here, guys. Okay. In this table we have table name, but in this table we have object name will be there. Okay, object name on table name equal to object name, and here in object table, all object table, object type will be there always. Object type. Object type is there here. Now we can, if you execute this one query, column because defined. Okay, column name. What is happening? Object name. Okay. A owner actually. Okay. I'm giving alias. I'm giving as A, comma B. I'm giving here. Just I'm giving column name. And owner is the common name for both the tables. So that I'm giving owner name is A.owner name. See here. Now you can understand which is the table, which is not the table. See here. Object type is showing as materialized view, right?
Right.
So see here, and it is all are materialized views actually. These are not tables actually, right? And it will create a table as well as materialized view, but we can understand this one easily. Okay.
Right. So
And
it will be easy to find. At least we have
yeah,
some
even
idea.
you can find, even again we can have more filter also. Okay. And B dot object type, B dot object type equal to table. See here. And still these are coming because they're internally they will create as table also.
Table,
actually.
right? Yeah.
Okay, but you can understand easily out of instead of going with multiple tables, right? You can see easily. What is the
This syntax can we run in a Toad?
anywhere you can run this select query. This is not syntax actually. This is query. This is by default wherever.
Right.
See, Toad and SQL developer, these are all IDEs only. Okay, this is a medium. You are connecting to database actually. Database is completely different than IDE. Guys, you are using this one as how you are using Notepad.
Right.
Notepad is using for creating some text and something else, right? But ideally, this is connecting to database actually. Okay, this is HR is the data. HR is a schema. This is connected to local host. There is a database. Oracle XE database is there actually. This is the database. Okay, this is just IDE. Without database, you cannot work on SQL developer anything actually. You will directly will not see anything here. Just in between database and user, there is the intermediate layer to connect the connectivity. Okay.
Thank you.
Don't think it will work on Toad. Toad is also same like this one, SQL developer. Okay, but that is third party IDE.
Okay, so yeah, thank you for that. So on this query, we must know our schema name, right?
You must know schema name at least.
Okay, perfect.
Otherwise, it will be difficult to understand. Check
Right.
that data because the huge data will be there, right?
Right.
Some system defined owners also will be there. Schemas.
Got it. Thank you very much.
System and all those things. Some other schemas also will be there actually.
Got it.
Okay, so that bit difficult. You can find it, but a bit difficult. When you enter the column name, you can understand easily. But even though if you filter by owner, that will be very easy.
Thank you very much.
Anything else,
That's
guys?
all. That's all.
Any question?
That was good.
Okay. That's all for now. Let's connect tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Good night.